All right, so just settle into a nice, comfortable seated posture. Your feet flat on the floor. About a hip's width apart. So if your feet are in shoes or slippers, just feel the sensation of the material that your feet are in, like your socks. Feel the weight, the sensation of your sits bones in your chair, and align your shoulders with your hips and your ears with your shoulders. And imagine your spine is this beautiful string of pearls of light and stretches from the base all the way up through the crown of your head and beyond. So just lengthening your spine. And just bring your attention to the crown of the head now and release any tension there. Just relax your scalp. Relax your forehead, eyebrows, eyes, back of the eyes, the nose, the cheeks, the area around the mouth. Relax the jaw, back of the tongue, back of the head. And just allow your shoulders and shoulder blades to drop down. And relax your throat and chest, and belly, and all of your limbs. And bring your attention to your breath now. Notice the sensation of the air as you inhale and exhale. Notice how your lungs and ribs are expanding and contracting, and see if you can make that a 360-degree expansion and contraction. Normally we just kind of breathe in the front if we notice we're breathing at all. And then, now just we have lots of distractions here at home. Sometimes people zoom out of their car even. So just be aware of all the distractions that are available to you right now. The soundscape in your environment. Probably got pets. Some people have pets wandering around. And then maybe you may even have notifications coming through. Maybe your watch, your computer, your phone. So, just be aware of these distractions and just allow them to be there. You don't need to obey the notification immediately, unless, of course, it's an emergency. And just allow all of this to be there and try not to follow it with the mind. Try not to take action. And then, we have all these people of our life, our loved ones, our strangers, our friends and loved ones, and then the ones we don't like. And all these people are equal, however, no matter how much or how you feel about them in this very moment, and it does change. They all want to be happy, they don't want to suffer. And they all have this extraordinary capacity for a Buddha mind. So we think we do this meditation from Lama Yeshe for the benefit of all these people of our life, and of course for ourselves as we're moving along our spiritual path. So now imagine you have a white Om, O-M, at the center of your brain. Just sitting there, Om. And imagine it is the divine body of all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, or whoever you think is pure. So see if you can see that in your mind's eye, in the center of your brain. Now we'll recite Om very slowly for a couple of minutes. And while we're reciting it, imagine that this white light radiates from the Om in your head and fills your whole body. And all your conceptions and the impure energy of your body are cleansed and purified. So you can think of maybe some negative actions you've done. Maybe you've harmed others. Maybe you've accidentally killed an ant or deliberately killed a cockroach. Maybe you've taken something that doesn't belong to you. So feel the imprints of these actions are completely purified. And your entire body, from your feet up to the top of your head, is completely filled with radiant, blissful, white energy. So really feel this as we recite. Om. 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 So you can continue reciting the Om for just another minute or so. My voice has come to the end of what it wants to do. Or you can sit in silence and just feel. Be aware. not thinking anything is good or bad, not making any mental conversations. Just place all your attention on the light consciousness at the center of your brain. Be there, very intensely aware, and then just release, let go, without sluggishness, without distraction. Now, imagine a red R at your throat chakra. This color is similar to the sun when it's setting. So it's not like opaque, bright red. It's, luminous, iridescent. And sometimes there's more than one tone of red. You must see those beautiful, bright sunsets. So recognize the R, the AH, is the pure speech energy of all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Excuse me. And as you recite the R, slowly, again, we'll just do it for a minute or two. Visualize that the red light radiates from the R at your throat, and your entire body is embraced by this beautiful, blissful, radiating light energy, and it purifies your speech. So this is a good one to think about right now because we're coming up to Thanksgiving. I don't know, traditionally it seems to be a time where many people have beautiful time in their Thanksgiving, and many people don't experience that because it sort of brings up old family, whatever. So for some people it can be a kind of an intense time. So one recommendation I hear Venerable Rabina say it often is just keep your mouth shut. But purification means we're purifying the uncontrolled mind and speech. They work interdependently with each other. And negativities of the speech mean harming and, giving pain to others through lying, through slandering, through harsh speech and gossip. And you can imagine the imprints of your negative actions of your speech are completely purified. So first of all, you can imagine the imprints of all these negative actions just kind of floating around. And then you just kind of purify them with this blissful red light. So, Lama Yeshe says having a clear mind and controlled speech is the way to purify impure and uncontrolled speech. So now we'll recite the R. Ah. Um, 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 um,
I'm sorry to interrupt, Venerable. We can't hear the mantra.
Ah, can you hear me when I'm speaking? It's cutting out somehow. I'm so sorry. All right, thank you. Um, you give me a thumbs up, all right? Maybe I'll stay further away from the. Um, um, um,
I'm sorry. We can't hear you.
Still can't hear. Okay. So let's just meditate. Go back to the, imagine you have this RAH in your throat, at your throat chakra, this beautiful red, radiant light. So some of you you can keep chanting the R if you like. And imagine this R as you're chanting it, it's purifying all the negativity of your speech. Now just allow your mind to be in the state of intense awareness on your own consciousness. So stay there without any expectation or any kind of conversation or interpretation of what's going on. So see if you can understand this experience as non-dual, non-self-existent I, empty space as truth, reality. So this experience is much more real, this is Lama Yeshe's words, than our fantasy sensory world. These are all the stories we make up in our mind. If an uncontrolled and distracted thought comes, just remember that not only you, but all other sentient beings are in the same situation. We're all the same. We're all totally distracted. And particularly right now, it's a bit of an intense time of year. We have Thanksgiving in America and then Christmas pretty much everywhere. And then comes January, and it's sort of in the United States it becomes tax season. So it's all a bit, three things rolled into one. So have this cultivation of loving kindness for yourself and others, because we're all in the same boat. And when this loving kindness rises, redirect it towards your own consciousness, towards yourself. All this love and that also you may have towards your partner or your children or your parents or your best friend. See if you can redirect that towards yourself. So there are two things to do in our meditation here. You place this intense awareness on your own consciousness, this loving kindness, and when distractions arise, sort of remember the loving kindness you have for others, for your best friend, your loved ones, and then direct intense awareness of loving kindness to your consciousness. So just for a couple of minutes, alternate between those two. Starting by remembering we're all in the same boat. We all have this same problem, being distracted. Everyone struggles with it. So now imagine your loving kindness energy manifesting at your heart chakra in the aspect of a full moon. Now visualize at your heart on a moon disk, a blue radiating hum, HUM, standing upright on this blue disk, on this white disk, moon disk. And recognize that this is the non-duality wisdom of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas energy. Your heart is pure and cool and calm, opened by the radiating light of the moon and home. So this is very likely why in Tibetan Buddhism the home is a blue color, because it's full. So imagine infinite blue light radiates from the home and fills your entire body. And your body feels blissful. All narrow, superstitious thoughts disappear. Indecisive minds disappear. Obsessiveness disappears. And just imagine you're being embraced by the infinite blue light that leaves no room for this kind of fanatical thinking, dualistic concepts. So see if you can imagine this while we recite the hum. And I'm just going to keep an eye on Mary to make sure you can hear me. If you can't, I'll stop. But you can keep going for about a minute. Om. Om. Okay, I'm cutting out again. So just recite that hum it's you start by Om and then close your lips, and it's almost as if you're humming on the end of the hum. Some words from Lama Yeshe here. So you can keep reciting the hum as I'm talking or stop. You feel that this infinite blue light your consciousness, embracing the entire universal reality. Your intense awareness is embracing the entire universal reality. Feel and be without any expectation or superstition. Lama Yeshe's advice is this, and his English is very creative, so it doesn't sound the way we normally would speak. So see if you can see how it lands with you, his words. We need two experiences, wisdom and method. Wisdom experience is intense awareness of your own conscious reality. This is the way of wisdom. Method is when you again become out of control, distracted. That distracted experience is a big resource to again generate loving kindness. So remember we did that earlier. Recognizing that, this is me talking now, recognizing that everybody is in the same boat so we can feel compassion. When there is no distraction, stay in the wisdom. So two things. When there is no problem, place your attention on the wisdom aspect. And when you are distracted, switch to method, which is loving kindness. All right, everyone. Mary, thank you for keeping an eye on the sound. I appreciate. I didn't even notice you were sending me messages. Have a wonderful day, evening, wherever you are. Lots of love. I hope that was helpful. And I will see some of you this evening. So let's just dedicate any insight, any merit that you may have gained this morning to all those people of your life and by extension, all sentient beings. All right, everyone. Thank you. Good night. Good morning. Goodbye. See you.